What's the story, guys? Coach Owen, Roddy here, back with another UFC breakdown. This weekend we have Edgar versus Munhoz. Okay, bantamweight fight, cracking fight, very good contrast and style. So let's get into the breakdown. Okay, first off, let's look at Frankie Edgar. Okay, a veteran, of course, amazing fighter. Been in there with some of the best fighters in the world for a long time, for many years. And what Frankie does best is he sticks and moves. He mixes up his striking and his grappling. You know, he's probably the best in the world at him, and GSP are probably the two best at mixing their hands and their entries into the clinch. So what I see Frankie doing in this fight is doing what he does best. Getting in, moving around, feeling out Munhoz, you know, keeping those shots down the pipe, moving off, popping shots, dipping and entering into the clinch. When he enters into the clinch, I'd like to see him keep it up on the feet and keep him against the cage and wear on Munhoz. Okay, I know Edgar's a phenomenal grappler, but I don't fancy him on the ground with Munhoz. I think Munhoz might be just a little bit too slick on the ground for him, and I think Edgar will be aware of how good he is on the ground. So for Edgar, keep it straight, keep those shots down the pipe, stay on your bike, make Munhoz walk onto that centre line. As Edgar moves off the centre line, Munhoz has to track him, has to follow him. So he's going to potentially be walking onto shots, and I think Edgar does that brilliant. He makes people walk onto the shots or walk in too close, and he gets underneath them and takes them down. So that's what I see coming from Edgar. Munhoz, on the other hand, little bulldog, phenomenal on the ground, but very powerful striking. I see him trying to walk Edgar down. I see him trying to, you know, get in the pocket and have big exchanges. He's got big power, and you see with the Cody fight, he was sitting there, you know, getting into big exchanges with Cody, and he ended up knocking Cody out. That's how I see him coming at Edgar. I see him walking Edgar down, banging those kicks to the body. You see him dropping Brett Johns with the body kick. Phenomenal power to kicks. So I see him walking him down, banging those kicks, and then potentially, you know, as Edgar looks to come in and get into the clinch, looking to catch that submission, looking to catch that guillotine. So it's a good contrast. If Frankie can stay on the outside, keep the shots long and straight, keep on his bike, keep entering in, wearing them down, I think Frankie can potentially get the win over 5 rounds. If Munhoz can come in, put the pressure on Frankie, land those big shots, I think he can put him away with a TKO or a KO, or a submission with Frankie recklessly entering into the clinch. But how do I actually see it going? I'm going to go with Munhoz for this one. I just think he's younger, he's hungrier at the moment. No disrespect to Frankie. Frankie could still go in and do the job. No better man, but I think there's too many dangers for Frankie versus Munhoz. I think if he exchanges with Munhoz can potentially knock him out, and if he's shooting in for the takedown, I think Munhoz can sub him as well. So I just think in that regard I'm going to go with Munhoz. I would go TKO or submission in the second or third round. But who knows? Alright, guys, put your predictions in the comment box below, and we'll get to them, and we'll get back to you this Sunday. Alright, talk to you in a bit. Cheers.